of the learners. Training is his passion, and he has been a visiting professor and skills coach and has made presentations at several webinars. Among his numerous academic clients are Asian School of Business Management, UGC Academic Staff College, and Osmania University. Singareni Collieries, NTPC, Larsen and Toubro, Dalmia Cement are just a few among his corporate clients for training. Today he will give us an insight into teaching and learning English for special purposes in India and the Middle East. We are certain to benefit from his insights and experience. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, we are sure to benefit and I think now hand over you. You may start your session, sir. We are looking forward to it very eagerly.
Hello.
Yeah, over to you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for the introduction.
Yes, sir, we are listening.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Yogakshetra Institute of Management Studies, YIMS, Palakkad, Palakkad, Kerala district. Uh, Very nice to have you all today because I think from many places people have joined this, and we are going to talk about one of the latest themes which has been identified by your team: English for specific purposes, literary stylistics, and language skill augmentation. I appreciate the team and the college management for doing this very nice need of our team seminar, webinar, I mean. And I congratulate the students and faculty, those who have found time in this COVID situation, and they are logging into their systems and they are able to view the presentation. Is the presentation visible, ma'am, on the screen? Hello. Is the presentation visible on the screen, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No slide is there, but it's just like you are presenting to everyone. Such a
Yeah,
screen is
yes.
there, sir.
So screen is visible to you, my presentation? Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Very
very
much, very
nice.
much is
Okay,
visible.
thank you so much.
Yeah, the offer.
Yeah, so let's start the topic straight away.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, teaching and learning ESP in India and the Middle East. Actually, my exodus of teaching started long back, way back in 1990, 92 in India, 20, 25 years ago. Then, as ESL teacher, English teacher and lecturer, then assistant professor, associate professor. Uh,
Excuse, excuse me, sir. Uh,
yes, ma'am.
Slide is not visible.
Slide is not visible.
Yeah.
I shared it just now. One second. Let me. I'll share it again so that you can see it, I think. Okay. Now check if it is visible, ma'am. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think from your side some signal is going. My side it's
Uh,
open, ma'am. Yeah.
it's open. It's open. We can see now, sir.
Right. So just let me press reverse button to my uh, natural tape recorder. So I have started my teaching some 25 years ago as an ESL teacher, then lecturer, assistant professor, associate professor. Then when people came to know that I'm no more a good teacher, then they promoted me as a lecturer. It took very less time for them to realize that I'm not a good lecturer, so they promoted me as a assistant professor. Then the journey went on. Then suddenly in 1998, I got an opportunity to teach in the Maldives. It's an ESL situation, so I have gone there. Then 99, I got a chance to teach in the Middle East, that is Oman, Ministry of Education. Then came back again, two stints I had there in colleges, schools, in EFL situation. Then I taught ESP also. Then a small stint of my tenure was in Turkey also, where at International House I got a small chance of sharing my teaching learning process. So that's how it went, and published a couple of books. Then it is still going on now all over India. We are traveling. Before lockdown, we have been traveling every week, two states. Even I came to Trichy once, and we had very nice fish colombo there. I enjoyed that food, traditional Kerala food. Wonderful. So all the examples, samples, and comments are intended purely for academic and professional purposes in my presentation. So any similarity with any issue or individual is accidental and just incident. I'm safe now. This disclaimer is necessary nowadays before making presentations because it's a digital era. Now, I call my entire tenure as I gave a title to it, Mainland to Desert via Islands. In a nutshell, if you ask me to tell me what has been your experience so far, so I can only say that mainland to desert via islands. I mean, India to Oman via Maldives. That's the idea. So I started writing a travelogue also on my small little experiences, like Chaucer wrote, uh, so many stories he narrated about Canterbury tales. Uh, so my teaching expeditions and travel. Let me share some of my experiences of teaching EFL, ASL, and ESP in the Maldives, Oman, Turkey, and India so far. In 1.5 hours time, I'll try to cover it up because so many things are there to be shared. Because a lot of young friends, MA students, and MPhil, PhD scholars, I hope, and some BA literature or whatever. Students are online now, and so many faculty members are here. So I thought in this August gathering, when we share our experiences of teaching learning, that will benefit this generation, and in future also it will be useful. With that view, I have collected a lot of examples for you. So between 98 99, I landed in Maldives, beautiful islands, tough tropical life. As all of you know, it's near to Kerala, seasickness, fish and bananas. So that was the life. Then, on the typical interview day, after my introduction and all, they asked me one question: Sir, you have MA, you have MPhil, you have this, you have that, but do you have B.Ed? That was the question. Then I said, Sir, MA, we studied ELT and linguistics, phonetics, literature. I said, I know, Indians study a lot, but do you have B.Ed? The same question was asked to me by a British guy also. You people study a lot, but how much practical element is there in your studies? That's what they are looking for. So I never expected this question from a Maldivian guy because it's a small island country and they come to India to study. But still, he asked me. Then I told him that, sir, when you study ELT, the methods of teaching, materials, all these things, testing, everything will be touched upon. So B.Ed, I don't think after having MPhil in ELT also you may need B.Ed. But they said, insisted, better you got to do B.Ed. That's how I entered into B.Ed again. I had done, but the certificate didn't come by then, 96. Then 98 I was going there. Then they came to discuss about my MA because Osmania University Hyderabad offers MA English literature, but you have a paper on ELT, linguistics, phonetics, and grammar too at university level. Quick and Greenbaum's book was prescribed for university grammar. I think MA students or BA students may have a look at it. That's a very good book. Quick and Greenbaum, University Grammar. Is it audible, please? Slide is seen. I'll be checking now and then because I don't know. Hello, organizers, is it heard?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
keep
we can
asking
hear
because
you.
yeah. Okay. Just to check. Okay, so that was the journey. Then the syllabus prescribed in those schools, you may be knowing because it's very near to Kerala, Mali. International General Certificate of Secondary Education, IGCSE, Cambridge UK syllabus, London O and A levels were there, and very tough reading comprehension passages they used to give. And students used to have a very tough time in schools to interpret that language, then answer the comprehension questions. It's an ESL situations, no reverse, then cultural hiccups of non-verbal communication. Because after teaching for some time, all teachers have a same habit of asking, students, have you understood what I said? Did you understand what I said? Are you following me? Such things. So same question I repeated with my Indian teaching habit. Then all the students raised their eyebrows. I don't know if you can imagine. They raised eyebrows like, students, can you understand? Then they raise eyebrows. Again, are you following me? Then again, they raise eyebrows. Then after asking for two, three times, I thought, in any country, when you raise the eyebrows, it means why, what, how, things like that. It's a question. But I'm asking a question instead of answering. Non-verbal communication is to raise the eyebrows. I think this is the only country where people raise eyebrows for saying yes. Then my friend Nadim, localite, came to my rescue and he told me, Mister, please don't mind. In this country, when they raise eyebrows in conversations, it means they are saying yes, they are following you. So that was the first cultural shock for me in this ESL situation. So that's how we learn, you see. Then I did so many experiments there. I used video in the classroom, audio in the classroom, and lot of underwater creatures are there. So I collected some materials about those creatures. Then we developed some reading, writing exercises. So many things happened, and it was a very nice experience so far. Then I moved to Oman. And in narrating my experiences, I hope youngsters and upcoming teachers are learning something because I'm talking about the methods, I'm talking about the local people, local culture, things like that. It's a package like thing. Okay. Omani experiences between 99 to 2004, one phase. Then again, I came back to India. I taught at universities, colleges, and all. Then 2014 to 18, again, recently, I was there. Then I came back on my research and other tours purposes. As all of you know, many people are there in the Middle East, so they know that it's a warm country, adventurous desert life. If you want to pursue desert life, you can go off the road and see the beauties. Then Arab food and amicable Omani natives. I think mostly Arabs are amicable people. So they were very warm and very cooperative people. As far as I face the things, I understand things. Then cross-cultural context. We Indian teachers, lecturers, we have to be hand in hand with many nationals as colleagues from UK, USA, Canada, Jordan, Egypt, Tunisia, so many countries. People live, you can have a look at them, you can interact, you can understand their way of speaking, way of teaching, so many things. That's a hidden benefit of working abroad. Then in 99, I had an Egyptian roommate with me and he was very notorious of having Montana cigars. A very strong, pungent smell comes when you uh, smell it. And post midnight, he used to make tea at 1:30, 2 o'clock. It's neither early morning or It's midnight. So he used to make tea and wake me up. Mister, please get up. Let's have tea. I didn't know whether to appreciate his affection for his colleague or the person who is disturbing me, because 2 o'clock night, black tea he used to make, adding some pepper, something like that, what do you call it, mint leaves and all. It's a strange tea, which most of the Indians may not have that habit. Then, early morning, yellow bitter milk he used to offer with a lot of affection, and along with some sweet biscuits or something like sweet. And looking at that yellow color milk, I used to be taken aback. I mean, I was searching for that animal which gives yellow color milk. But after so much of study, I discovered that it is nothing but turmeric powder added in milk. Later on, I discovered. Then, because they are turmeric powder or fenugreek they are adding in the milk, so it is turning yellow. Then, along with that bitter milk, they eat biscuits. So that was a cultural understanding. And their pronunciation, the pa, ba, and pa, very with a lot of difficulty they pronounce. Okay, ta also. Instead of Mister, they say Mister. Instead of saying doctor, they say doctor, doctor, the and the. Then strange questions like, are you like chicken? Are you like watermelon? Then whenever my Egyptian friend, God bless him, when he used to ask me, are you like chicken? Then I used to look at myself. Do I look like a chicken? I used to ask myself. Then, are you like watermelon? Then after two, three questions, I figured out that he means, do you like chicken? He wanted to ask me, do you like chicken? Do you like watermelon? But by changing that verb initially, are you like chicken? It really put me off. So in language, particularly in ESL, EFL or ESP situations, the language that you use, the contextual vocabulary that you use matters a lot. That practically these opportunities gave us a lot of chances to learn these nuances of language and communication. I think young friends, today's generation can understand these nuances which will benefit them in future. Now, this is a beautiful country, Oman. It is Bilad. B is not appearing there. Bilad Sit Wadi Beni of Sultanate of Oman. My first visit in 1999-2000. You see, it almost looks like a Kerala village or a suburban area of Kerala, right? The trees, but they are not coconut trees. They are date palms, date fruit trees. And this small village where you can see the institution, school building, I don't know whether it is visible on the screen. So though the village is small, the government constructed an institution there, Pakka building, and hardly 1,000 population in that mountain village. To reach there, you have to travel at least 2-3 hours in the mountains. But I enjoyed staying there because it's calm, serene place initially. And they are native Arabs and they didn't know much English. But that was the acid test a teacher had to undergo to teach somebody who doesn't have much vocabulary in English and still making them fluent in speaking and writing. That's a real challenge. That's what you learn when you go to a different place, different country, different state. When you try to teach English language or any subject for that matter, a lot of things you will learn. Then let's proceed. These are my students of technical English, technical communication in Oman. Now, from that village to this city, you can see that a lot of technology is being used there because they can afford any technology. It is Gulf area, but still they are trying to compete with the modern age and today's generation. Now, teaching ESP in Oman. That is the crux of the presentation. Because teaching EFL and ESP under the British and Arab supervision, it's a different experience. As you know, the entire syllabi, course material, everything was developed by British people. Later on, American literature, American materials came into market. Now also, I think widely British and American were used. But this online learning teaching, when it came, it became slowly American. So there used to be a British senior inspector, and there are some Arabs, Omanis, in the middle layer. Then all of us were working under that. So it was interesting experience again. Is it heard? Is the voice okay? Presentation visible? Organizers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, very much.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you so much.
we
So
are enjoying.
yeah, thank you. OWT syllabus at schools designed by the British. That was the wonderful opportunity because a British guy taking a workshop for all of us and introducing the materials developed by them. Very interesting materials, like even the names they have changed, and the local area was brought into the classroom for discussion. Then in the books also, local area. For example, a desert village. So a lesson about a desert village and the things available there and people. Even the reading passages were like that. Abdullah is a farmer, for example. He goes to date fruit garden, and he cultivates like this. Then he does. So everything is localized, contextualized. That is very interesting, and it is developed by the British with the help of Arab people. Wonderful. We enjoyed teaching those materials because the students used to get connected to the situation and the context. So, in that context, it was easy for us to introduce new vocabulary and teach them the language. And literature was very limited because poetry, prose, and all these things are a little bit high in language, and the comprehension is very difficult. So mostly we were teaching them language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Four skills were equally taught right from the school to college level. That is the system there. But in India, as you see, uh, the most neglected skills are listening skills and speaking skills. As all of you know, in this August gathering, academicians and research scholars have to think about this. Uh, in any level, any syllabi, we have mostly reading and writing tasks. But listening is very limited. Even in schools, very few schools train the students in listening comprehension. But when we go for TOEFL or IELTS exam, there is a component on listening and speaking also. So suddenly, after some 15 to 17 years of schooling, college, university, when somebody goes to take ESP, IELTS test or TOEFL test, it really becomes very tough for them. So what I've been thinking is a project can be taken maybe in Kerala, in Hyderabad, or a joint project somewhere, studying schools and colleges where how these language skills are taught now. A lot of materials are available in the market, but as a skill, materials are useful when we try to develop some skill for the students. Language skills, I mean. Then coming back to 1990 to 2004, those were the things we have been experiencing. Basic education school system was introduced, UK system in 2000. My friend Dr. Ali Alisa, who studied a lot on these methodologies, he was saying uh, things which have failed in the Europe or UK, US are brought into Middle East and they are tried. So, like British education system came to India, we had so many things. Takshashila University was there already thousands of years ago. Nalanda was there. So many other universities were there. And from other countries, people used to come to India and learn, including Chinese, Japanese, Dutch, French. So many people visited India to study in those times. Then invasion started. The Mughals, the Dutch, the Portuguese, and so many people invaded. That's a different part of history. But wherever you see this education system, which is existing now, was entirely different from the ancient Indian way of learning doing things. Same thing happened there also. So they were traditional people, and some research scholars still say, who are in touch with me, that these UK US systems are imposed on them. But that's the need of the hour. Then colleagues from different nationalities. I told you so many other countries people. That's a very good learning. Mm. Then teaching ESP specifically at college levels is there. Teaching technical writing and general English. They go hand in hand. Technical communication is also there. Public speaking is taught to students there. And three different papers. Imagine one full semester on technical writing one, then one full semester on technical writing two, then one full semester on public speaking. So that's how they're making. And all these English materials are in IELTS model now. Even the testing is in IELTS model, including reading, writing, speaking tests are there, mock interviews are there. So many things are there. Okay, if we get another opportunity, I'll go into very many details. I don't know whether Jibin sir is thinking of that later on, because these things will take at least a half day. I'm trying to cover it in 1.5 hours. Already 25 minutes is over. Let me see. Okay. Then I had a chance to present at TESOL Arabia International Conference 2016, Dubai, UAE, teaching ESP, TESOL Arabia International Conference. I gave a link below, YouTube link, that can be copied, that can be copied into chat box. Jivin sir can do that, or I can send you later if an email comes to me. A lot of YouTube links are there, which will benefit, I hope, these youngsters and upcoming teachers or research scholars. Then let's proceed. These were the communities and international exposure we got there. That is TESOL Arabia Conference, down below, left side, 17. And these are the international participants. And they do one open cultural day where, you can wear your own traditional dress. So my friends from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, so many other places, they came in some dresses and we came in our own traditional dresses. That was wonderful. And I was talking about Dr. Ali Alisa. And this is the guy, a very famous Omani, very often quoted, highly cited Omani ELT and linguistic scholar. You can refer to him. I rubbed shoulders with such people, very nice people. Then I happened to edit a book which is recently published by one of my friends. You can see the names here, Dr. Bena, then author, then editor is Dr. Kalyan. That's me. It's available on Amazon. If you are interested in ELT, cross-cultural studies and all, you can have a look at that book. And in 2017, from Germany, one publisher wrote to me and said, sir, with all your ELT and language, whatever experiences you have, please give us the original content, which is different, and we'll be happy to publish. That's how I published this book, which is available on Amazon. The title is ELT in Oman and India, Experiments in EFL, ESL, ESP, and CAL. All my classroom experiences, very practically, I tried to collate, then enter, and I was glad to keep all my students' pictures here. You can see on the cover page, because I belong to Hyderabad, so Charna is here, and I am talking about Oman also, so Omani Grand Mosque is there, and these are my ICFI students below. Then in Maharashtra, wherever I have trained some people, they are there. Then in Hyderabad, then Turkey, Oman, and all these international partners. So all the memories went into that title page. Okay. Now, important for students. This is a very important note for students. You take a pic of the screenshot, or you can write down. Is it heard, madam, sir? Hello?
Yes,
Audio.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the audio goes sometimes. I saw other day, that's why I'm checking.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
So,
fine now.
yeah. So for students of B.Ed or BA Literature, MA, MPhil, PhD in ELT, Linguistics, Literature, Communication, whatever you are, these are some important points for you. Check your language proficiency as per the prescribed CEFR levels. I hope somebody from the students knows what is CEFR. You can type in the chat box, what do you understand by CEFR? A small exercise for you. If you know, otherwise I'll be talking about it. in a moment. So all the language proficiency levels are already prescribed by British Council, then ETS. So many agencies are there, but CEFR is in Europe. Okay, that is nothing but common European framework of reference for languages. They have a scale of measuring proficiency of any person who is being tested in English language proficiency. In terms of proficiency, there are A, B, C levels. Okay. Mm, then try to improve your abilities to use language, because we often think that I am a BA, I am an MA, that too in English, so my English is good. That these are the assumptions. When we just cross the borders of our district, our state, we will understand the reality. Okay. So what I suggest is during your students' age, college sophomore years, I think this is ample opportunity for everybody to improve your proficiency. How to improve? Your faculty members are there, teachers are there, they can help you always, or people like us who can always interact with you on email or whatever, Zoom or whatever interaction platforms. But try to improve. Your ability is to use language. I mean, reception of the language, interaction in the target language, and production of the target language, that is English. So these three areas you have to improve at various proficiency levels. I mean, in different contexts, in different situations, if you are able to speak and write, then your language abilities are high. Get your IELTS score or band if you wish to work in a foreign country, because wherever you want to go now, of course, there is a COVID restriction, but soon things will be better. We all hope that. Even online, when you try to teach nowadays, people are asking for that. Many countries are asking for BA with IELTS, BA with some other certification like that. So better to have it. That will test your proficiency. IELTS or TOEFL scores, and look at national average of our students. The level of language, I mean. Is it 5, 6, 7, or 8? Just check it. Because internationally, between 6.5 to 8, they are expecting. 6.5 is minimum for them, and 8 is uh, the higher rate. But achieving even 8 band is also not that easy. But there are some people in India also. I'm not saying no, but okay, try. Then try to get your Cambridge Celta or TESOL certificate. I hope it is offered somewhere in Kerala also. The Celta certification by maybe British Council or some other agency. I'm not sure. But Celta is a 30-day course in English language teaching. Bit expensive, but okay, and that can be done. And believe me, just a BA degree or MA in English with Celta will improve your quality like anything, because in the international market you will be able to grab a job immediately. But in India, I don't know whether it is recognized. People may care for Celta or not, but abroad it is, yes. And TESOL certificate, Teachers of English for the Speakers of Other Languages. That's an organization international. Even IATEFL offers these courses, and so many other agencies are there. Just browse the net. Then try to specialize in ESP, EAP, English for specific purposes, English for academic purposes. Then the British Council offers BEC Cambridge. I hope students know what is BEC. You can type in your responses in the chat box. BEC. It is not before Christ or before something like that. It is, nowadays people say BCE. Okay, but this is BEC. It means Business English Certification. This is offered by Cambridge. I think all the even MBA students, BBA students, or any other degree, professional degree students, engineering students also can have this course, BEC. I think British Council offered it in some colleges if the college requests them, or the students can, with permission of the college, can try this. BEC Cambridge, very useful course, and we were trained by British Council to conduct the exam of BEC. Very interesting course. Okay, that's for students. Then, students' language proficiency expected as per Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. That is called CEFR for short. As per the criteria given, the measurement scale of English proficiency, basic user is given A certificate. You know, A is highest actually, generally, usually, but CEFR scale is different. A stands for basic user, A1 breakthrough or beginner, A2 is elementary English as per language standards. Then B indicates independent user, B1 intermediate or threshold, B2 vantage or upper intermediate level of language proficiency. Then C, you see, we can't imagine C is last actually in our grading system, but third place, I mean, but C is highest proficiency in English. Proficient user. C1 is effective operational proficiency or advanced, and C2 is considered to be mastery or proficiency in English. So as per this scale, I'm not saying this is the only scale, but IELTS will measure your standard, TOEFL will measure your standards. Our national testing agency is there that can measure. I think it is developed by EFL, CFL, Hyderabad. So RIE Bangalore is doing something. So check it up. I mean, even in Kerala, I'm sure there must be something like this. But CEFR is an international standard. I'm just trying to sensitize you. Okay. Important things for faculty now. I hope some faculty members are there. They are putting their sincere, serious, and strenuous efforts, even in this post-COVID situation. They are getting online. Yesterday, late night also, Jibin sir was there testing the audio-video quality. Thankful to the team behind this webinar. So teachers are always striving hard, sometimes more than students. So pedagogical implications in teaching, learning, and assessment. This is for teachers. Improving learners' abilities to use language. Again, reception, interaction, and production. These three aspects in imparting language has to be taken care of at various proficiency levels in various contexts. I think there should be a small component of speaking test in our curriculum, in our English syllabus or syllabi across the universities. I have been saying this on various forums, in ELT forums and linguistics forums, wherever I was invited as a guest. Even in soft skills and life skills fora, I spoke about it. So reception, interaction, and production of the language, and at various proficiency levels in various contexts. When this is done, I think the students will be benefited. Then doing and guiding research, very much important. Update on ResearchGate. There is a site, there is a online existence called ResearchGate, where all the latest research is published, and faculty can get in touch with various agencies across the world, and whoever is working in your area, you will come to. Then in India, we have Shodh Ganga, that is research repository. All your research can be published there, or you can indicate you are doing something there, things like that. Then publications. Target Scopus Index journals like Forum USA, American English journal is there. So many other journals are there. I'm just mentioning two. But any journal which is indexed in the Scopus will not only give a high rating for the faculty, but the institution where these faculty members are teaching. So that is the benefit of publishing in such journals. Scopus, Emerald, so many repositories are there. Just have a look at it, please. All the above contribute to your API, Academic Performance Index of the faculty, by UGC or AICTE, QS International, American Business Deans Association, AACSB, so many agencies are there, you know. They always look for research, innovative methods of teaching, publications, and so many experiments which we are doing. So once we do that, any institution anywhere in the world, including our Indian institutions, will be having a global rating. That's the idea. Okay. One more request to faculty members is please update your profiles on LinkedIn and connect to the network, because so many scholars, so many intellectuals, so many philosophers, so many literature, poets, dramatists and novelists are online in LinkedIn, which is a highly professional site. We all have to get interlinked, because that is the easy way to know where what is happening in terms of our subject. At least we have subject specific groups also. The like ELTA is there, it does a lot. Then British Council is there, American RELO is there, Regional English Language Office. So many things we have to connect now, because academic year still the regular classrooms are not going to happen soon. Maybe another 2 3 months, unless some miracle happens and some magic wand is you know shaken around us to disappear, to remove corona from life. So things will be like this. We have to adapt and adjust to the situation and get online and get networked. It is, see, earlier it was a time of hard work. Then came the time of smart work. Now it is network. So hard work, smart work, then network. These three things will make you successful. And contribution, you are doing contribution. Then YouTube with your lectures and talks. All the faculty can do this. Make your videos. That's why I requested Jibin sir also to make my video today. Then we can have a look at that. Then make some other videos on various topics, lectures, talks. Then post it on YouTube. Then connect it to your LinkedIn network and Facebook. That is the digital citizens, netizens have to do nowadays. And so many students, research scholars can utilize it. Somewhere somebody is interested in the work, you see. One day suddenly I received a call from USA, because I had published an article on cross-cultural communication, one of my favorite areas. Even cultural studies in ELT have been done. The influence of culture on language teaching, the influence of culture in vocabulary acquisition, so many interesting topics. So that article was read by somebody somewhere in America. Then a call came to me and they said, can you train Native Americans in right in Hyderabad where you are staying for 2 hours? And they said, for 2 hours, we can pay you $100 or $200. Imagine. One small 3 4 page article, which is there online, I can send you also. They read, see the interest of some researcher, they found the writer, they connected through email, they called, and they gave one assignment. So anything can happen in this highly interconnected world. Then my recent research for faculty, I'm requesting through the management. This is the topic I have taken up recently for one international webinar for faculty, FDP, Faculty Development Program. The title is Applying Lateral Thinking at Workplace. Lateral thinking includes your communication, critical thinking, creative thinking and all, which is very much important in the classroom or in research for faculty, for anybody. And please respond to Google Doc link. The link is given here. I will copy paste it in the chat window. I request the organizers to kindly circulate this Google Doc, which is our present research, and I request all the faculty members to answer it. This is for faculty only right now. Maybe in future it comes to students. So your responses will be kept confidential, and for research base that will be used, and we can interact also. So proceeding further, any queries or anything, kindly keep a note of it, organizers, madam, sir, so that I can answer at the end based on the topics covered so far. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
each thing
Yeah.
will create some questions in the mind of our
I'm
students,
sure
you see, yeah, our faculty. Yeah, okay,
in the
right.
question
Yes, yes,
session. Yeah.
yeah. Let's continue.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I was telling you, make YouTube videos, all the faculty members, on various topics and keep it ready, because these YouTube videos can contribute to MOOCs development also. MOOCs courses are done. You see, Swayam portal is there, our central government's portal under Ministry of Higher Education, Ministry of HRD. Massive open online courses, MOOCs, are being developed by so many experts now, and these MOOCs courses are freely available for faculty and students on Swayam portal of central government. Kindly have a look at it, and any student, anybody from anywhere, it is open access, can join into any course of their choice, and they will be getting a certificate from central government. That's a wonderful creation. You don't believe, in 1999 2000, that was the study we had done under the guidance of my research supervisor, Professor G. Damodar, who is the Vice Chancellor now for Chaitanya DMD University, Warangal, in Hyderabad, near Hyderabad. It was at Kakatiya University. He said 20 years ago, imagine, 99, 2000. What was the percentage of computers or internet used in those days? Not even 5%. Mobile phone just came into the market. So at that time, my professor predicted that a day will come when nobody is going to look into printed textbooks. There will be audio, video, text prediction, and the book will be read by the computer itself, because human beings are going to be lazier than ever. So it will read and they will understand, and they will even typing word to text, text to word combination. So many things are predicted, and I'm glad to see that whatever we worked on between 99 and 2004, my PhD days, that is exactly happening now. When I presented a topic on using email, internet, and multimedia in ELT in Oman in 2003, or 2 or 3, Professor Charles Alderson of Lancaster University, UK, was the observer for my presentation, and Mr. James Cully, a British guy, and he was sitting. And from India, I was presenting in front of him in Oman, and it was a jittery moment. After my presentation, Professor Charles Alderson said, "Mister, where are you from?" I said, "I am from India." Then he said, "Is this topic of research happening in India?" And I said, "Why do you ask that, Professor? Don't you think we can do that?" "No, no, no. I mean to say, similar topic is happening under my research guidance at Lancaster University, and I have applied for funding for European Union. 3 million euro uh, euros were sanctioned for that research project," he said. And he even said, "If you want to work on this project, you are welcome." But I couldn't go at that time, Lancaster, UK. Imagine one topic that you talk about, one topic that you work on, one topic that you are going to write. Anybody that can go anywhere. I mean, so let's keep working. So these are some suggestions for faculty members. Then YouTube videos can be created. I'm just displaying, these are the topics that I have done with the help of international colleagues and Indian university faculty and colleagues. So many, all this list is there with me. If anybody is interested, I can straight away, or you just browse the YouTube with my full name, then you will have all these videos if you have patience and interest to listen. Nearly 25 to 30 videos we had uploaded with the help of friends and all on various topics. Okay, then general English to ESP. Now the question is, what is so special about ESP, English for specific purposes? Because people say literature is very important, and some other person will say language is very important. So there is no need to be confused about it. Literature has high level of language, the expressions, the imagery, the so many things are there, that is beyond language. Those who are good at literature, luckily in India it is taught equally, language and literature. So we have a lot of knowledge in grammar, prosody, linguistics, and literary imagery. So many things we have. But practically in the market, language is given more importance. I don't understand this, because ELT, language teachers, communication teachers, soft skill teachers. Literature has poetry, drama, so many things. Very wonderful. We enjoy that. Writers' narrative techniques, the plot construction in drama, so many things. We enjoy it. But national or international markets, I have seen in 3, 4 countries at least, that language is given. There are literature people also, scholars are there. They have their own place too. But my subject is ELT now mostly, though I studied literature long back, 25 years ago, but still I enjoyed. So I quote Bygate, Swain, and Skeha, 2013. They opine ESP focuses more on the context of language compared to teaching language structure and grammar. It covers various subjects. So ESP is not just language. It can go into science, it can go into medicine, it can go into law, it can go into engineering, business management, but within the context of that English language. The situation can be different, but language is special, so it is called English for specific purposes. So what is shifting from general English to ESP? The methodological shift, material shift, testing is shifting, evaluation patterns are shifting. So once we talk about methods, the methodology to teach ESP is different from general English language. It has to be contextualized. Then materials are different. We have to develop indigenous materials sometimes or from various sources. Then testing is another challenge. Evaluation is another challenge. There is a slight difference between testing and evaluation, so I bifurcated it. So these are the things to be kept in mind. And implications in teaching ESP. Technical background of the teachers and the learner. Professional background of the teachers and the learners. Domain knowledge. For example, I am teaching MBA or BBA students. They are business students. So do I have some knowledge in the domains that they are going to study? Because they are studying HR, they are studying finance, they are studying marketing, they are studying strategy, so many things. When it comes to engineering, they have civil engineering, mechanical, electrical, electronics. When it comes to law, they have intellectual property rights, civil liberties, so many. IPC. So in those domains, little bit of knowledge if I have, that will be added advantage to language teachers. So English across the curriculum. There was a discussion, interesting debate at CIFL, EFLU, and RI when I used to visit. English across the curriculum. So many subjects are there in the curriculum. A university offers hundreds of courses, but across these curricula, how English is spreading, how it can be connected, whether it is language or literature. That is the thing we have to study now. Then I quote Lawson Freeman and Anderson, 2013. ESP differs from ESL and EFL in the purpose of the instruction and nature. Unlike ESL, which stresses equally on all the language skills, writing, reading, speaking, and listening, in an ESP analysis, the main aim is to establish which language skill is the most required by the learner. Unquote. Linguistic areas, general English, technical English, business English, and so many other Englishes are there. Anything else you may kindly add. Now let's move on to Turkey. Free of cost in this COVID, post-COVID era, I am taking you to Turkey virtually, where I visited in August 2015, and I had a wonderful opportunity to teach Turkish university students along with my British and American colleagues, Azerbaijan colleagues, then Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, so many people came there. So it was wonderful. Eurasia, it is truly called Eurasia, Turkey, because it is exactly between connecting point of Europe and Asia. That's why it is called Eurasia. Mixed culture, you know, then tourism, multicultural exposure, beaches, Roman relics, so many things are there. I collected few pics for you because virtually you can be there for some time, at least through our webinar. Then it is ESL context, difficult to speak or write English. Sometimes EFL level is also there. Locals, the Turkish people, have little bit difficulty in speaking or writing English. And there are British and American teachers, trainers also. I was at International House for some time, 1 month. So I happened to teach some classes there. These are the international teachers, students, and Celta trainers I met. In the middle, you can see there is Mr. Billy, uh, Noora from UK, and so many people. So these trainers directly interacted with us, and we happened to have a group discussion with the Turkish students. Left side you can see, and right side these are all right top corner all international participants, and go clockwise from top right to down. You can see in a restaurant people are sitting, all are international participants, and this is beautiful south part of Turkey, Izmir. Then these are local Turkish English teachers and trainers teaching in some schools and colleges. Then this is the speaker who is talking to you now. Then speaker participating in the discussion. We were creating some materials, need-based materials together, and we were developing some activities, tasks for the students. And this is interaction with students with worksheets and all. We used to have one-to-one interaction with the students. That was a wonderful method, group method, pair method, all these things we practiced. That was 2015. Yeah, move on. Teaching ESP and life skills in India. Now, as I told you, my title, mainland to desert via islands. That is a topic. I started writing a travelogue also, and I was looking for a writing assistant who can listen to me and write, That's why I requested my presentation can be recorded, because I can listen to it and write again, because writing takes a lot of time. And when I narrate, so many things will come naturally to mind, which may not occur while writing. That writer's block will be there. So I thought somebody can help or do some research, joint project, something like that. It is not the end that we have attended a session on a webinar and that's over. The professional interaction is forever. It all depends. Is it LinkedIn or how, email or WhatsApp, whatever it is, the organizers will guide us and they will help us. So coming to India, lot of experiences, I taught here, I told you 1990, 92, I started then open university courses, general university courses, +2 courses, high school, all levels I have taught. And various types of syllabi, CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, so many types of syllabi. Okay. Then recently I had developed a course called Compass. That is mixed ESL and ESP course. A course for MBA Agribusiness Management. Last year, full 3 semesters I taught, still it is going on. Teaching and training MBA students in various skills for future employability, starting from basic English language speaking, grammar to presentation, report writing, group discussions, and interview skills. I think this is highly student oriented based on the discussions with the students. We have developed it, and the result was awesome. I mean, recently students were interacting and they were sending us messages and all. Even on LinkedIn, they wrote. So sometimes what happens now, after listening to the lecture or after going through the article, people go to LinkedIn, search for our profiles, connect to us, and they write something in comments and recommendation. This was useful and we enjoyed this, that. Some people are amazing. So when I read these recommendations and comments by various students and trainees in the industry and academia, that really boosts our morale. We feel like doing something else in this field and do some further research or visit some institutions and conduct some workshops. Things like that will happen professionally. So this course design, I called it Compass. It means communication, presentation, and soft skills. That is the acronym. So the course design is like this. It is designed spreading across 3 trimesters. It is called communication, presentation, and soft skills, specially fitting to the needs of the students. It can be MBA, BBA, engineering, whatever, we can modify. Then assessment and evaluation is based on students are evaluated through class participation, presentations, GDs, and performance in mock interviews, and their printed portfolio submission. Portfolio is the collection of all the activities done in the class and their participation, their worksheets, everything, their profile, everything will be bundled and made a nice file, and it will be presented, and there is a presentation also what they have. So this way we are assessing the student. It is made highly practical and it is helping the students during placements also. Because wherever there is MBA, BBA, engineering, the placement is another big headache for the managements of the colleges. So we are invited many times, sir, conduct mock interviews, sir, tell them what how to write CV, sir, then all these things. So these things are packed in one course. That's how it is ESP course now, because it is addressing the needs of business management students, agribusiness management also. We have a component on that. Field work is there for agribusiness management. They have to study a market or a crop or something and present it to us through video, audio, text, whatever ways. Similarly, it can be designed for science students, art students. It all depends on the creativity of the faculty and the permissions by the college management. Then that is recent. Then business communication. For many years, I have been teaching this. ESP for MBA, engineering, and LLB. We have different courses. 2008 to 14. We have done that. Then we made some digital presentations also on various topics. Whenever students want, they can log in and refer to that particular topic of any faculty or any expert. Then life skills and soft skills. This is also now taught by English faculty or management faculty mostly. Many people are doing this. Different subjects faculty also doing this. 2004 to 14, 10 years we developed in my area along with a team of experts the soft skills curriculum, which is very new because there is psychology, there is philosophy, there are so many things embedded into that. It's a, and I wonder why no university is offering an MA or postgraduate diploma in soft skills or life skills. I wonder, there is MA Telugu in our area, for example. Maybe there is MA in Malayalam also or Tamil also. MA English is anyway there. MA Psychology is there. MA Philosophy is there. MA Education is also there. But there is no MA in life skills or MA in soft skills. I wonder. We belong to the ancestral, traditional, ancient knowledge group, one of the oldest civilizations in India and oldest education system like Takshashila and so many, Nalanda, so many in Kerala also. Recently I was studying, there was one ancient, oldest university in Kerala also. I'm forgetting the name, where it is specializing in Ayurveda, specializing in Kalyaripayattu, martial art, wonderful, amazing, and so many other martial arts and medicine. And people from world over used to come to these universities. It seems. I was studying that, amazing. So a lot of things are there, can be done. So it's going on still. So my purpose of saying all this here is based on the students' needs. When curriculum, syllabus, and methodology evaluation systems are developed, that will benefit more to the student. That is the need of the hour. And thanks to technology, wherever we are sitting, it is highly interconnected and we are able to interact with each other. Is the audio okay? Presentation is seen, madam, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So
Very
please
good.
make a note of questions. If there are, I request students and organizers, please type in your questions, keep ready. Because hardly another 20
Yes,
minutes, we are going to wind up. Okay.
sir, I would like to interrupt a bit that it's going to be 11:40 as you had asked us to alert you.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I think after 10 minutes we can take up
In
questions.
yeah, in Hyderabad it is 11:35, madam. So 5 minutes. Okay, no problem. Yes. Okay. So this is Indian scenario. So what I'm saying through this August platform, I would like to request all the organizers, management of college and research scholars, kindly do some joint projects and connect to various experts. You have already done. A milestone is already achieved. So further research, further material development or methods or anything like that should go on, research and all. That is the request I have. This is the class where the students of agribusiness management learn the course through various activities. You can see that some interview is going on. We request some industry expert, then we form a group of 4 5 students, Then whatever we teach in a semester or mid of the semester, we try to test through interviews. And these are the one-to-one interactions happening, and the portfolio submitted here, you see. One student submits and there is questioning on that, other students will be listening. Then we have group discussions also. And in the middle of the session, sometimes there are some activities like making them alert, some TPR, total physical response like activities. So they are very happy. Even if I take 4 to 5 hour session in that particular institution in Hyderabad, Sagar group of institutions, they are ready. 4 5 hours, imagine sitting throughout the day doing some work. That happens. So once there is involvement from the students and permissions from support from the management, faculty can do wonders and students also can do wonders, and they don't forget in life. So based on all these experiences, when I was teaching this business communication and all for so many years at Asian School of Business Management, Bhubaneswar, and ICFI Business School, Hyderabad, so many other institutions I was working. So based on the experiences, I have compiled a book called Soft Skills for Managers, which was published in 2011, where you see 12 topics are there, where the contents are given here. Leadership, team building, positive attitude, communication, perception, decision making, motivation, goal setting, emotional intelligence, time management, stress management. And another book is coming up. And John Wiley has been kind enough to distribute this book, and it's on Amazon. Bistantra, now it is Dream Tech, they have published the book. So whatever we are doing that goes into printing, that is wonderful. This is some proposal of General English and ESP courses. I'm just showing the slide and skipping it because technical vocabulary in context for IT engineering, through letters, memos, instructions, states of matter, so many things can be done. And this was a proposal I made in 2016 to Ministry of Manpower, Oman, covering some aspects of language. This is, though engineering is appearing here and there, IT and all, I'm talking about purely our English language only, how to integrate this into their curriculum. And then let's get practical. I'll show you some tasks here. After quoting Gardner and Johnson, 97, they emphasize writing is a fluid process created by writers as they work. Accomplished writers move back and forth between the stages of the process, both consciously and unconsciously. Young writers, however, benefit from the structure and security of following the writing process in their writing, unquote. So there are some tasks like I developed, I'll just show you. Process writing, part by part technical description, peer evaluation. Can you tell me about a device, for example? I keep asking the students just to improve their proficiency in language or speaking. Or I ask them, can you describe parts of a machine? Because engineering students are there. Can you describe a feature of a device or a crop or some general situation which happened? I show some visuals, things like that. Then I use such things, a process, for example. Write a process description about making blocks. First write the steps and finally a paragraph. The following pictures and information will guide you. This is taken from some process somewhere. Then I ask them to write in steps to make it easy. How many steps are there in this picture, for example? They write one word, one sentence. Then I say, write a full paragraph or one page. Then I give pictures. This is ESP for engineering, English for specific purposes for engineering students. Similarly, you can do it for law, you can do it for medicine, you can do it for agriculture, you can do it for any subject. That is English across the curriculum. Then task 2 for speaking and writing. Describe the machine given below, color, shape, position, attachment, material, blah, blah, so many things. Because it looks simple, but when you try to describe, particularly for students, it is very different. They have to talk about the shape of the instrument, then size of the instrument, color of the instrument, position where it is fixed, attachment, how it is attached, they have to talk technically. Then what materials are used, they have to talk. Then function of that machine, they have to talk, the device. So it's a tough task actually. Some may be doing it easily. Then sample student work, After writing, usually our faculty members mark it here. I'm just showing the sample. Then we give some comments in terms of fluency, accuracy, and content. Different evaluation procedures are there that will call for another presentation, another workshop. I am not going into the details. Then after end of the semester, what I do, I just collect some writing samples and evaluate in these terms. Spelling, vocabulary, verb or tense, format, and so many aspects can be added. Assessing, evaluating the writing scripts. Even in speaking, it can be done. And I presented this at Tisol Arabia 2016 in Dubai. So January, February, March, I have taken 3 months and studied all the writing skills, then presented. Okay. How much of an iceberg do you see here? This question I ask usually in my presentations. You can type in the answers in the chat box for students. I mean, this is the same iceberg, I think, which made the mighty Titanic sink in the ocean. You might have seen the Titanic movie, James Cameron, who made Avatar later on. After 10 years of releasing Titanic, he worked hard, studied even Ramayana Mahabharata. Then he made Avatar film, which is wonderful. Same director. So they take a lot of time for research. That's what I'm saying. So when you remember Titanic film, they underestimate the size of the iceberg, and you know what happened later, and it breaks. And while the ship is sinking, a young couple is praying for each other. Then so many people are running, and one father holds Bible in hand and he's reading, praying God, please save these people. That is so touching moment. All these things. It is made dramatically, though it is a small incident of hitting an iceberg. The director, highly creative person, and he made a entire full-length film, which won a lot of awards. Actually, the actual size of the iceberg is like this. Only 10% of any iceberg is visible above sea level, and remaining 90% is below. So what I talked about is just tip of the iceberg, 10% in the big gamut, huge field of language, literature, linguistics. Small topic I have taken, but still 90% exploration is possible with the help of students and faculty organizers like you. This was actually presented partly in 2016. The title was EFL to ESP, a paradigm shift. And some sources I have taken from there, my own presentation. That's all from my side, sir. If there are any questions, I'll be very glad. But I request faculty members to kindly connect to us through LinkedIn, and whatever comments, recommendations you want to make, I think they can be written there. That will help all of us, and we can do some joint and projects also. And there is a link, my present research link, Google Forms. With the permission of the organizers, I'll copy into the chat box. Please forward it to all the faculty members through WhatsApp or whatever. It can be answered in your phone also, because the link opens anywhere. It's a simple Google Doc. Some responses are there and description is given. Any doubt comes, please don't hesitate to write to me. I'll be glad to answer your questions. Over to the organizers, sir. Is it time for questions?
Yeah, do the students have any questions to ask? If you have, please unmute your microphone and ask the question.
Chef.
Yes, please ask. Sir, I think, they are ingesting the voluminous, amount of information that they have got. Maybe they will get back to you with questions and doubts, etc. So I think, we could sort of wind up this session, shall we, sir?
There is a Google form, madam. I have just copied here.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, they've seen that.
Yeah. Kindly forward it to faculty members with a CC to me. They can write to me. Any doubt comes, I'll be glad. And Some any question based on this, maybe the organizers or anyone can ask because that is customary. I stopped it 10-15 minutes before for your convenience, actually.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, from whatever we have heard from you today, I have this to say that we always knew that English is a very important language in today's world. But
Yeah.
after your presentation, we have been virtually inundated with vital information regarding the unending possibilities of English, the various platforms that cater to these possibilities, and needs, and which can make our work visible to the world also. And all these with the powerful agency of technology. Technology is not undermined. Everywhere you insist on technology. And needless to say, 1.5 hours was too short a period of time for you to share all that you had in your storehouse. Perhaps we may get an opportunity to listen to you again and again. And yes, of course, we also enjoyed the virtual trips you took us on to places of scenic beauty.
Okay.
Now,
So, thank you so much, ma'am. My mail ID is here for the sake of participants or anybody. I'm just displaying. Uh,
okay, sir, thank
that
you.
is that is chekri2005@gmail.com, and my website is also there. Philosophy Consulting. Any doubts from students, faculty, or research scholars? I'll be glad to answer. And wonderful session, you people, the entire team behind this webinar. Jibin sir, madam, and principal sir, all the management of your institution. I'm very glad that one important topic you have organized yesterday and today, these 4 days, still you have 3 days to go, I think. I'll be glad to listen to your other presentations also. Wonderful need of the hour because government has said webinars can go on and all these are counted because earlier people were thinking online sessions
Certainly.
will be this, but it is useful to everybody. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for
I
inviting
know.
me to this
It is very
webinar.
much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and now we vote of thanks to one of our students, Leticia Joshi.
Yes, ma'am. I'll-
Honorable dignitaries, teaching and non-teaching staff, and my dear friends. I am Leticia Joshi, second year English postgraduate student of Yokshetra College. Today, we have completed the second day of our 5-day national webinar on English for specific purposes, literary stylistics, and language skill augmentation. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. On the onset, I would like to acknowledge our gratitude to the resource person of the day, Dr. Kalyana Chakravarti Tirunagari. Sir, we are truly out of words to explain how much we got enriched after listening to your session on teaching and learning English for specific purposes in India and in Middle East. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Next, I must mention our deep sense of appreciation to the principal of Yorkshire College, Dr. Tommy Anthony, for delivering today's introductory note and for his wholehearted support and motivation. Thank you so much, sir. A big thank you to the head of English Department, Program Coordinator, Webinar Committee, teaching and non-teaching staff for all their efforts and systematic organization of the webinar. Thank you. Finally, I would like to place on record our heartfelt thanks to all the active participants of the webinar for being with us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, once again. And I think now we can wind up this session, and we are looking forward to meeting you tomorrow, and also on all our forthcoming sessions.
Thank you
And
so much,
we'll be
Jibin
coming
sir,
tomorrow.
madam, everybody, for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Okay, sir. Thank you. It was nice having you with us.
Thank you, ma'am.